Why, hello there, fellow viewer. It is I, Booshican. Today we are going to be going over the alternate shotgun and its updates. As you can tell, the game has updated twice since the previous episode. In this episode, we are going to go over a few things missed out in the original. However, if you wish to learn how to gorilla mode, I suggest you go and watch part 1. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. Today we're going to be talking about the alt shotgun again, not because I wanted to really, but because the game updated and it allowed me to do so much more crazy shit that it felt silly not to go for it. In this video we'll be talking a little bit over the chainsaw because I feel like I kind of blue-balled it a bit in the last episode. We'll be going over the changes, especially to those of the core eject shotgun, which got a few major changes to it. And of course, finally ending this off with a little bit more advanced stuff on pogos, because the speedometer lets you figure out what those things actually do. Now, I felt that I made the chainsaw seem a little underwhelming, a little useless, if you will, which to an extent, its off-fire is very similar to that of, the defaults. It's effectively the exact same. There's not really that much interesting with that. However, I failed to mention up the part where it does 19 damage if it goes through and back into an enemy. Now, just to show this off real quick in this rather short segment, as you can see here from that one Hideous Mass, it lost about 2/3 of its HP from that. This one lost a little bit less, just a tad less from the overpump. And this motherfucker lost almost his entire HP bar, and likely would have lost his entire HP bar if that chainsaw hit. As you can see there, yes, it would have killed him. As you can see, the chainsaw especially has the highest damage out of all of them, clocking in at 19 damage from the chainsaw going through and back into the enemy, plus the hit of the red gauge. This just felt like something worthwhile bringing up. However, in reality, it's really I feel like it'd still be in the same place on my personal list. However, not mentioning the fact that it can almost insta-kill everything and can insta-kill the first boss in the game, for instance, just kind of felt like I should have put that in. Next up, we actually have the core eject alternate, which got some rather interesting changes. Now, a few changes to the core eject shotgun were that now the core inherits your velocity, similar to how coins would. So basically, in any direction I want to go, I will always hit the core now with these changes, which also means that on top of that, at any speed now, well, let me turn off invincibility, oopsie daisy, you are always going to hit those 35 damage core nukes, because now you're just going to run into it. Another thing is also that now rocket into rocket cores do no longer produce a core nuke. They actually produce a red explosion from that one and a yellow explosion from the Malrail beam. Likewise, this produces just a single yellow explosion, no red into it, from rocket into core. And although very hard to do, core into core now does produce a core nuke. Along with this, another notable change to keep in mind is now, due to a change with the hit stop, you can now hit and look in any direction and you'll hit there. So now you don't even need to be facing the thing. You just need to be going and change your perspective very quickly. Core eject changes are incredibly interesting, and I feel like make the weapon a lot more viable when doing core boosts, especially, and rocket boosts on the side part of the change with moving your camera while in the hit stop. Ah! Now for the really fun part, the part where you can now you can learn all about the alt shotgun and its pogo system. You ever wonder why you go faster than an ultra boost sometimes with a goddamn alt shotgun? Well, I'm gonna tell you how. because learning about this was one of the funnest things I could have figured out. Now, because of changes such as the speedometer, we can actually now see the exact speeds for each of the gauge numbers. So, yeah, green gauge is from anywhere between 0 to 20 units per second, and it generates about 8 units per second of force backwards. The yellow gauge is anywhere from 20 units per second to 40, and produces about 32 units per second of knockback. And a red gauge is any speed going faster than 40 and generates roughly 56 units per second. Keep in mind, this speed is generated on top of your previous speed. So say I'm to be going roughly 100 units per second from a ground slam, and then I hit an enemy, I will be going 156 units per second at the absolute maximum speed, which makes it slightly faster than that of an ultra boost. Now, this speed being additive means that you can theoretically go near infinite speeds, although I won't really try to do it too much in this example. I will show you that by putting two soldiers on opposite sides of this, hitting a red gauge and then turning around and hitting another, generates 160 units per second from what was originally 40. This also does mean that theoretically an ultra boost followed by 3 red gauge hits back to back will generate roughly 300 units per second, meaning it is one of the fastest ways to go in the game. Sadly, there's not many points where you can exactly do that. Now, another change with the alt shotgun's pogo system is now by changing your direction in the middle of the hit stop of an attack, you can now redirect your momentum. So I personally am not very good at this. It's one of the few things I haven't really focused on very much. However, from this, by hitting it and then looking straight up, as you can see, I can hit that. By doing it and then just looking straight up like that, I went incredibly high. And by doing this, you can redirect which direction you're going to be launched to by simply changing your camera very quickly, similar to cores changing your perspective very quickly to change the explosion. Anyways, yeah, pogos, I recommend them. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you really try and use them. They're really fucking fun. As you can tell, this is like 7-8 hours after I recorded the rest of the video, so yeah, there you go. I've actually enjoyed making this a lot. This part 2 is obviously a little more serious, I tried to do laid back serious stuff, but like I wasn't really trying to crack jokes with this one. I was just trying to get it done. The video editor I've been using has been a bit of a bitch. It's blue screened my PC probably 13-14 times while making this video, so I'm really happy to figure out that there's other free video editors out there that I could start using. Maybe I'll use a paid one eventually, but I want to start making money first before I, start putting money into things. I've actually enjoyed making this a lot. This part 2 is obviously a little more serious, I tried to do laid back serious stuff, but like I wasn't really trying to crack jokes with this one. I was just trying to get it done. The video editor I've been using has been a bit of a bitch. It's blue screened my PC probably 13-14 times while making this video, so I'm really happy to figure out that there's other free video editors out there that I could start using. Maybe I'll use a paid one eventually, but I want to start making money first before I, start putting money into things. Speaking on that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really try to put some work into these, and I hope that I can continue to have you as a viewer of mine. Anyways, this is me heading out. I hope you have a good day, have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they bite, you turn into one, and a good night.